Good Tuesday morning. It is May 25th, and you can see my partner in crime is not here because he is on a well-deserved vacation with his family. So Matt's going to be back next week on the Mothership and here on WAFB Plus and on 9 News Now. But in the meantime, you're stuck with me. So let's talk about all the different things that you need to know on this Tuesday, some headlines that our team is watching for you. The top story of the day, we are watching Estruma Baptist Church right now, and I'm actually going to show you some pictures here. This is actually a live look from inside Estruma Baptist Church. It's what's going on in their monitors, and it is a slideshow of former Louisiana Governor Buddy Roemer's family, some friends, some personal photos there. And this is happening at Estruma Baptist Church because that is one of the funeral service locations, and that's obviously here in the capital city. Visitation is going to start at 9 a.m. and the actual funeral service will begin at 11. We have a crew there from our sister station up in Shreveport. They've actually made their way to the capital city to cover this funeral service, and then there's going to be a second funeral service for former Governor Buddy Roemer in Shreveport on Thursday. So that is something we are keeping our eyes on there. Visitation starts at 9 and the actual funeral service will start at 11. And I believe we are streaming that on WAFB Plus and on the 9 News app. Something else we're keeping an eye on, our current governor, Governor John Bel Edwards, is set to host a news briefing at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we're expected to hear some updates about last week's severe weather, the deadly storms, and talk about the COVID-19, the state's COVID-19 response. So we're talking about that public emergency order that he signed. That's actually set to expire tomorrow. So will he put a new one in effect? Well, he's going to talk about that today at 2 and then explain what that means for the state. So you can also come back here at WFB Plus to watch that at 2. Now at 10 a.m., the Catholic Diocese of Baton Rouge is also hosting a media briefing with Bishop Michael Duca to talk about some of the ease restrictions they're hosting for Catholic churches here in the Baton Rouge area. So yesterday, they came out, they sent out an advisory that said they're ending their mask requirement, and they're now putting in place that Catholic believers will start attending Mass, and it'll be required to do so beginning June 6th. Now, these are some of the things that they were not able to do because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but big news coming from the Catholic Diocese. And later today at 10 o'clock, in about 30 minutes, Bishop Michael Duca is expected to explain and expand on some of those things that they're talking about there, and we are going to have a crew to update you on that on the 9 News app and at 9 News at noon. Let's talk about WAFB Plus. We're kind of doing an abbreviated version here. So as we talk about something else we're keeping an eye on, some good news is the world of weather. So you saw Jared Silverman on the Mothership this morning in place of Dr. Steve. He's on assignment in Lake Charles covering the 5th season. That is our annual hurricane special that's going to air on WAFB at 6:30 next Tuesday. So our team's working really hard to talk about the upcoming hurricane season, how 2020's hurricane season impacted our state. You know, we went through a rough one last year. So while Dr. Steve is working on that, Jared says, today's actually shaping up to be a really nice day. The only thing you may need to keep an eye out for is beginning around 2 o'clock, we are expecting a small percentage of showers. He says, yep, right around 2 or 3 o'clock later this afternoon. If you have any plans to maybe take your dog out for a walk, take a bike ride with the kids, you may want to keep the WFB weather app handy just so you know what you're walking out to. Something else happening at 10 a.m. I know that there is a lot happening. I just want to make sure you know because Johnny A is actually going to be on in about, well, less than 20 minutes here to talk about Veterans Day. That's actually coming up next Monday. Well, if I can get this for you. There we go, WAFB Plus. That's right here, what you're watching us on right now. Johnny A has a special edition of Asian Nation. He actually spoke with the sister of a veteran who actually passed away in, I believe, the Iraq War, if that's right. I believe he's speaking with someone from this local area who lost her brother in that war. So special interview. They talk about the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and he's got a really just moving piece that's going to lead into that story, that interview, and what this holiday means to that family. So stay right here on WAFB Plus. He's coming up in under 20 minutes. In the meantime, lots to look forward to. We've got the Bishop Michael Duca, that press conference also happening, and we're going to update you on the latest because Asian Nation will air at that time. Also got the governor at 2 p.m. and then former Louisiana Governor Buddy Roemer, his funeral service will start at 11. In the meantime, stay with us. We'll see you in just a little bit.